My name's Ellen Channels, and I'm a Global Mission Intern with Global Ministries. That's a program for people under 30 to get some experience in the mission field.
What I hope to get out of this experience is just a greater awareness of the lives of people outside of my box, which happens to be the United States.
We're having just a wonderful time traveling around from site to site.
But really, you can go out in your community and do so much volunteer work that you didn't even know.
I think the greatest risk of coming to a place like Haiti is that your life will never be the same.
It's amazing learning about the different cultures and just how willing people are to try to make a new life.
I've learned that it's good to be out in the real world, and it's a ton of fun to be able to serve God and to give my entire life to the church.
I feel like that we have an obligation as young people to help those around us.
The Lutheran Social Services of the Southwest is a refugee resettlement agency, and so basically what we do is we offer services for refugees from around the world, really, from the minute they get off the plane in the United States till really they become self-sufficient. Mostly I put together classes on a variety of different topics, just really whatever the clientele needs. Sometimes I teach the classes, such as banking, budgeting, and soon some basic computer classes. The sewing class is part of our women's empowerment program. Many of them don't know the language, don't know the culture, just don't, they start from square one. And just kind of seeing them do that and helping them through that is so rewarding.
I was trying to decide what I wanted to do after college. I prayed about it, and the answer that I got back was, you've always wanted to do missionary work, it's time for you to do missionary work. I ended up becoming an intern here at the Beatitudes campus, which is a lovely retirement facility. We plan parties, we plan monthly gatherings, things such as that. Mostly for our independent living, but we always have our assisted living coming over and joining us. We work very closely with them. That makes me feel good that I'm, hopefully doing something good in the world.
They have demonstrated leadership and creativity, and they're just a great group of girls right now to be working with. And this program started here 2 years ago with young people that were coming to give a year's worth of service to some organization in the Phoenix community.
I'm here to embark on a journey with my brother throughout the United States, making documentaries for the United Church of Christ for volunteer sites.
What we do on twinmaps.com is we update on a pretty normal basis on what we're doing, what we're experiencing, who we're seeing, and who we're meeting with, and stuff like that.
We have volunteers who come in and want to share their gifts and talents, whether it's artistically, musically, athletically. So volunteers just generally come in and form community amongst themselves, so you have that volunteer core, and they know each other and are having that shared experience.
Every story is so much different than the last, and that's why this journey has been so amazing, is because we get to see things that are totally different from the next.
Best part about what we do is seeing all these incredible people. We believe that people are in this world because they want to change it, and we get to see these people on a daily basis change the lives of the people around them.
Lontel used his imagination. Look at, he made each finger a different color. Very clever.
Red, yellow, green, purple, and purple. I was placed in Durban, South Africa, working at St. Thomas's Home for Children.
Every child here made one of these shirts. This is our latest project.
My responsibilities there are to do art with the children. I work with each child once a week. There are 60 children there, ages 2 to 10, and some of them come from abused backgrounds, abandoned backgrounds, neglect. Some are HIV positive. So it kind of covers all of the needs in children's lives. Certainly when you're living and working in a strange environment and in a strange culture, there are lots of frustrations and low feelings and discouraging days. But it's the children's faces and their smiles and their excitement is what keeps me going.
I was just kind of thinking to myself after I graduated from Bright, what in the world am I going to do with an MDiv degree? I found a position in Fiji that had to do with advocacy and social justice issues as it relates to global warming and nuclear testing, which is one of the fields and/or areas that I am very passionate about. And if this earth is what we as believers think of as God's gift to us, then what better way to take care of that gift than to make sure that this earth is around for years to come.
I am from Haiti.
I am from Haiti.
Oh, bravo!
We were looking for really a 1 to 2 month volunteer experience abroad, and I contacted Global Ministries and inquired into volunteer opportunities. And they told me on the spot, well, you know, we're looking for a doctor and somebody with seminary training to go to Haiti as full-time missionaries. And so that was really the beginning of a conversation about the possibility of living and working in Haiti as missionaries for Global Ministries. The nature of our work was, my wife is a family practice doctor, and so she had a small community clinic within the Canispe building. And I worked with the seminary as a teacher and as administrator. And then I also worked with a Canispe orphanage. It's a place that continuously puts a mirror in front of you and requires you to look at yourself, to look at how you're living, to look at your own worldview, to look at how you view the Haitian people, how you view yourself as an American, as an overprivileged, heterosexual, white American male, and consistently be challenging yourself to open your mind to different realities.
Well, the Haystack Revival was in 1806. It happened at Williams College out in Williamstown, Mass. It involved 5 college students there. They were meeting in a meadow, I think it was called Sloan's Meadow, and then a thunderstorm came up and they took refuge in a haystack and from the lightning storm. And while they were there, they reflected on the Great Commission, which I believe is Mark chapter 16, verse 15. They decided that that's what they would do with their lives, that they would devote their lives to foreign missions.
This exhibit was started as a celebration of the Haystack meeting, and Peggy Bendroth, our executive director, decided that we should have an exhibit to celebrate the anniversary of the American Board of Commissioners for Foreign Missions. I think most people thought it started with, a group of old men and didn't realize that it was actually young men. There were also individual women and people of color who were also involved in going out to these foreign places.
Members of the Brethren at Andover Seminary decided that they would petition the General Assembly of Congregational Clergy in Massachusetts to create a foreign missionary body because there was no mechanism to send out missionaries overseas. They sent out their very first missionaries in 1812 and they went to India. This was a huge movement. I think you can make the case that the foreign missionary movement was the biggest social reform movement in the 19th century in America. That is if you set aside abolitionism and the Civil War. And the ABCFM, hugely instrumental in education, medicine. They sparked women's rights movements around the world. So it was a very big deal.
This tells about what's happened since the beginning of the American Board. In 1913, it became the official arm of the Congregational churches. And actually, it's morphed into what you would call the wider church ministries.
I felt a call to be a missionary in my teenage years. Looking back on it, it was a great gift from God to be able to do that.
It gives the sense that our gospel, our Christian faith is a global faith. It's not just for us, it's for all of us.
Because it's such a great opportunity for young people to have their worldview challenged and expanded.
Look at this thing as a great opportunity that you have in front of your face. You never know if and or when you'll be presented with this again, and just do not let fear grip you and keep you from experiencing something that you'll look back on years from now and say, you know what, I'm glad I did that.
It's really good to volunteer because it's a lot of fun, and you get a really good feeling at the end of the day that you're working for more than just yourself.
That is what we have to keep in mind whenever we approach any project, any initiative, any agency. You always want to keep in mind that you're here to make a difference in the lives of others.